here. Just hopping on. I'm up in my art studio at the moment, creating some paintings, some illustrations for my next book. And I thought I'd just hop on and help you if you are a writer, author for your next book and you are thinking about getting an artist, illustrator to do your book. So let's face it, it always says that you can't judge a book by the cover. So obviously the images have to be, they have to help sell your book. So I've got 4 tips for you. So just wanted to quickly run through them for you. So my first tip is about time. And you know how long it takes to try and write a book. So it's the same when it comes to illustrating, that you really do dedicate probably as much, if not more, time to the illustration side of things. So what I would say is that do your research first of all about an artist, and picking somebody that you obviously like and the art that they like, or the art that you like that they do. But artists are busy people, just like authors, and you may find that they have to schedule in your work into their schedule. Because, for example, they just like myself, I'm in the middle of doing my own book, so they perhaps are writing and illustrating their own book, or maybe they're getting a series of work done ready for an exhibition, or perhaps they have other commissions that they're having to attend to. So, as I say, my tip would be, even before you've actually finished writing your book, to start thinking about the actual book cover and how you see that forming, so that you can then start researching for an artist. Now, my second tip is, let's face it, there's an awful lot of artists online. We do get bombarded with so much art out there. Who do you choose? How do you begin to choose them? Well, for me, think about what an artist specialises in. So for me, I generally specialise in painting animals. So if your book is going to be about animals, then obviously it makes sense to research on artists who paint animals. Obviously, then, if your book is, we'll say, a business book, or if it's a book about a person, then you need to be thinking about a portrait artist. For me, I can paint anything, but I tend to specialise in painting animals. That's what you see on the great big web out there, is what you see that I do. So as I say, if it was maybe somebody who does portraits, then, and your book, if it is about a particular person or whatever, then you can research that kind of genre. So, as I say, this is all something that you need to be thinking about even whilst you are writing your book, because if you have a deadline that when you want to get your book published, obviously you don't want the artist to delay the whole book publishing side and the launch of everything if you haven't got your cover done. So that brings me on to my third point, my third tip. Say, for example, you are wanting an animal artist, okay? Just say something like this, okay, that you're looking for, because your book is going to be to do with animals, you're looking for an animal artist illustrator. Then you need to think about the type of art that you like, yeah? What sort of, within the artist, for what I'm doing here, it's sort of like an abstract chicken. This is Amberton the chicken, but maybe this is what I would call, it's a watercolor, it's abstract, it's got ink in it, and it's vibe. Will suit some people, but then again, maybe you want looking for an artist who really specializes that the chicken looks almost like a photographic image. So that would be like an oil painting, for example. Or maybe you're looking for something even looser. When I say looser, that it's got some pen and ink, that it's somebody who actually scribbles with a pen and it's all scribbly and wild. Maybe that's the sort of thing you want. You need to be thinking about who you're working with. That you obviously want to work with somebody who you like to work with as well. So you can kind of narrow it down to the type of genre within the artist, or the genre meaning, say, the animal artist, but then go to the next level as to what kind of medium they use. Medium being, as I say, oil painting, watercolor, inks, whatever it is. So you could need to do your research on that side of it. So you can see there's a lot to do even whilst you're writing your book. So if you want to take a break between chapters, maybe do that. So that brings me on then to my final point, the fourth point, and that is about copyright issues or copyright that's involved. Because an artist, the work of the artist is actually copyrighted to them. So they own the work, they own, because they've originally created it. Even if it is your ideas and whatever, it is their work and they own the copyright. So just be aware of that, and that you can obviously decide, do you wish to buy the actual copyright from it? In other words, that you then own the actual copyright to it, okay? So that would be obviously a certain fee that you would negotiate with the artist. Now, once you actually own the piece, also within the contract, you need to be very clear with your contract, because you need to decide whether you, are you going to be using the image, we'll say, to put onto products. Maybe you're going to put it onto mugs or bookmarks, or if it's a children's book, maybe you're going to have children's images that the illustrations within the book, you might want to have those turned into actual prints to be able to sell alongside your art, or alongside your book, I should say. So this is something that you would be best to negotiate with the artist before you finally launch your book, and that would be under part of the contract. Maybe it can be that you just pay for the actual borrowing or using the illustrations, but that if you want to have a licensing agreement, then that could be something else, because you don't know how many books you're going to sell and whatever. That could be something that you could discuss with your artist afterwards as a licensing agreement, or the agreement could be that for however many images that you sell, that they get a commission from that. So there's lots of different ways to work with an artist, but the main thing is obviously work with somebody who you like their work, and check to see if it's going to be ready on time before you're going to launch your book, so that you have everything on time. So just to recap, the 4 tips that I'm giving you is, be aware artists are busy, that they may not be able to fit it in. So think ahead, give yourself plenty of time. Look for the type of artist who are specializing in, if your book is about an animal, or look for animal artists. Make sure you like their work, because that's going to be in your book. Find out what medium they use, what do you like? Do you want to look realistic? Do you want to looking abstract? Do you want to looking like pen and ink? And the copyright, make sure you have your contracts signed and sorted so that there's no issues afterwards. So I really hope that helps. I'd love to know, when you write your book, put in the comments, let me know what you think, or if you've come up with any other ideas of other things that you need to know, or if I can help you in any way, get in touch. My website's www.joankennedyartist.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Bye.